Pennywise doesn't know the difference between his birth and his death, and that single line changes everything we thought we understood about it. Welcome to Derry. Because this finale doesn't just end a story, it rewrites time itself, and that's the detail most people missed. After 7 episodes of fear, artifacts, rituals, and buried history, Episode 8, Winter Fire, delivers a finale that is darker, smarter, and more unsettling than anyone expected. On the surface, it's a showdown. But underneath, this episode quietly reveals how Pennywise experiences reality and why he may already know how his story ends. And before we get to that line, we need to talk about the opening scene, because it was hiding a warning most people missed. The episode opens in silence, frozen townspeople, a barber finishing a shave, and a thick fog swallowing Derry whole. Here's the thing. This fog isn't natural. Plants die inside it, babies scream, and even the U.S. Air Force radar detects it. That tells us something crucial. Pennywise is no longer just haunting Derry, he's spilling out. And visually, this fog mirrors The Mist, another Stephen King story about humanity collapsing under fear. But unlike The Mist, this fog has intent. It's Pennywise testing the limits of his cage. And then we cut to the high school. Underclassmen only, locked doors, intercom crackling. Think about that. Why only younger kids? Because Pennywise doesn't want resistance. He wants imagination, fear, belief, the purest fuel. When Pennywise takes over the principal's body and gathers them in the auditorium, he's recreating something very specific, a captive audience, just like Bob Gray once had. Remember how Pennywise learned everything from Bob Gray's failed circus act? This is him perfecting it. And when he sings, "I see your pretty faces and I taste them too," I'm not going to lie, I paused the episode. Because this wasn't playful, it was predatory. But that's still not the most disturbing part. That comes when the kids start floating. This episode turns Pennywise into a myth older than horror itself. When Pennywise rolls through Derry with a wagon full of floating children, blowing a tuba with a severed hand, that's not random. It's the Pied Piper of Hamelin, a figure who punishes adults by stealing their children. And here's why this matters. Derry failed its kids, ignored racism, ignored abuse, ignored disappearances. So Pennywise makes them pay. Notice something else. Every missing poster lists the same date and time, Saturday, midday, while school is in session. That's impossible, unless Pennywise is collapsing time. Let that sink in. This isn't just kidnapping, it's temporal manipulation. And then Pennywise stops the wagon. He names the girls, the fool, the freak, the failure. Not because that's what they are, but because that's what fear wants them to believe. And right here, this becomes a psychological war. Straight up, this scene felt mean in a way horror rarely does. Not scary, cruel. But it's all building toward one moment, one line, one reveal. This is where Stephen King's entire universe quietly collides. The dagger, the 12 artifacts, the dead pine tree. This isn't just lore, it's geometry. A perfect circle around the Neibolt house, a geographical cage. But Rose drops the real bomb. It's not just a place, it's a time. Now pause, because this is where Matoran enters the picture. The turtle, the opposing cosmic force. The tea Rose gives Dick connects him to the macroverse, the space between realities. And when the dagger falls through that glowing web, that wasn't just energy. That was time itself being visualized. Think about it. Nodes, paths, loops. This is Pennywise's prison. He isn't moving forward through history. He's moving backward through fixed points. And that brings us to the line. When Pennywise grabs Marge, Richie Tozier's mother, he says, "My friends bring me my death." Or is it my birth? I get confused. This is the most important line in the entire series, because Pennywise does not experience time linearly. Birth and death are the same moment to him, which means he already knows how he ends. And that's why he smiles like a child when he dies in It Chapter 2. Not fear, recognition. Remember the glowing web earlier? That's time from Pennywise's perspective, a loop, a prison. And when Pennywise says, tomorrow, yesterday, it's all the same, he's not joking. He's trapped. No cap, this reframed every inconsistency I ever questioned about Pennywise. His mistakes, his arrogance, his deja vu moments. He's not sloppy. He's enslaved by fate. Pennywise doesn't die here. He sheds. As the dagger is driven into the tree, Pennywise's forms peel away. Mother, baby, monster, masks. Because that's all they ever were. Just fear costumes. And notice this. He doesn't scream in pain. He laughs. Because to him, this already happened. So what does this mean going forward? Season 2 won't move forward. It moves backward. Then 1908. We're not following Derry's future. We're following Pennywise's past toward his inevitable end. Season 2 will explore the Bradley Gang massacre. The cage will weaken every cycle, and Pennywise will keep trying and failing to break time itself. And honestly, that makes him scarier than ever. So here's my question for you. Do you think Pennywise is a god or the universe's most powerful prisoner? Drop your theory below, because after this finale, we thought we knew Pennywise.